moving on. AFC Championship game. We have the rematch for the fourth time now. And, in the last three meetings, the Bengals are 3-0. The Chiefs are coming into this game with an injured quarterback with a high ankle sprain. And the Bengals are coming into this game after easily handing the Bills their worst loss of the season. So, boys, Bryce, Kendall, Chase, AFC Championship this weekend. Who do you have?
Does anybody have the
Bengals
Chiefs?
or Chiefs?
Before we even answer that, does anybody have the Chiefs?
No.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if the Chiefs somehow pull it out. Like it, how, I don't know. It's just with Patrick Mahomes, I feel like he hasn't played to his standard when he comes across the Bengals, but I feel like this might be the game where he finds like the will to win, like he'll will himself through that injury and can make it a lot better game than people believe that it could be. I feel like he will. I don't know. Him and Travis Kelce always seem to show up in big time games or almost any game. So, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if I pick him to win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people could see it being.
Yeah.
I picked the Bengals at the beginning of our playoff predictions to go to the Super Bowl from the AFC. So now that they're playing the Chiefs, I'm damn sure not switching that shit up. So I'm going with Cincinnati Bengals to roll into Kansas City and whoop their ass again.
Yeah, think so? That confident?
This time next week on ESPN, Fox, whatever sports shows you watch.
Hopefully the Hot Drunk Co show.
There will be, yes, hopefully the Hot Drunk Co. There will be a Burrow versus Mahomes debate because Burrow will beat him again.
But can you even say it's like a even thing? Because
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying on TV it's they're going to talk about it and get clicks.
Right. I get it.
I think this will be a good game, but the same reason that the Bengals were able to outplay the Bills because of their running game, I see that being a factor against the Chiefs as well. Jerick McKinnon's been good, but he's more of a pass-catching back. And if Joe Mixon goes out there and averages 4.5 to 5 yards a carry, it's going to be hard to see the Bengals lose to this game because especially like you said, Chase, the high ankle sprain, the injury, like Patrick's not going to be playing up to himself. And with a tissue injury like that, especially in like an extremity like your ankle, you keep Patrick off the field, you keep him cold, you keep him sitting there, and that ankle is only going to progressively get worse and worse throughout the game. So if they're able to chew the clock with the run game and keep the ball, watching the Bengals against the Bills, it was first, second, third down. Like they were using every down they had. It wasn't like first down, 12 to 14 to 16 play drives, and you do that against any team, it is hard to get beat, especially if it's the quarterback on the other side is sitting there cold with a bum ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also feel – go ahead.
Oh, well, we could all use Chase's, formula for picking, right? So let's do this. Who has a better quarterback right now? The Bengals, because, it's not close because if we watched the game on Saturday, we saw that Patrick Mahomes could barely hand the ball off. So, edge Bengals. Let's look at the running backs. Who has the edge? The Bengals. Wide receivers. The Bengals.
All
right. Offensive line, probably the Chiefs. Right?
Chiefs.
All right.
Chiefs by a mile.
So, offense, we go straight to the Bengals win. Defense-wise, defensive line. Who has a better defensive line?
Chiefs.
Linebackers.
Chiefs.
Bengals.
So it's close.
Yeah.
And secondary.
Chiefs.
All right,
Apple.
One has Eli Apple. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, that guy has been going fucking nuts on Twitter, dog. That guy is a psychopath.
And the thing is I think people forget, is he is their number one corner.
Yeah.
He is their top guy.
So, in all honesty, it's really up to the defense of the Bengals to stop the Chiefs. But like we said, a high ankle sprain is going to limit what Patrick Mahomes can do. So you got to give the initial advantage to the Bengals. And on top of that, I mean, they're playing well. So, I mean, who's going to stop them?
Yeah.
And I will say with that criteria, the Bengals defensive line, if the Chiefs D-line's here, I'd say the Bengals D-line's right in this area. They're pretty good. And they stop the run really well. So they're going to force the Chiefs to play pretty one-dimensional. The linebackers, I mean, Logan Wilson's good. And they're going to be able to really, I think, like you said, it's going to be can the Chiefs defense create pressure? Can they keep Mahomes off the field? Those stereotypical things you hear every football game, but it's the playoffs now. You got to execute it.
Right. And what Bryce was saying is I also wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs somehow did pull it off. But if I'm a betting person, I'm not going to touch the Chiefs at all when it comes to putting money down on the line.
I'm not touching this game at all. This game could go so either way.
I mean, I wouldn't touch either game. If I'm an unbiased person, I'm like, hey, I want to bet some money. I don't know how you can touch either one of these games.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how.
Well, I feel like what's going to come. I'll tell you what's going to come out of this game is, so you know how every sports media, every platform that you watch, when they get into ranking quarterbacks, the perennial, number one, the easy pick is Patrick Mahomes. I guess I think we could all agree with that. If he's healthy, he's the perennial, number one guy that you want to start and build your franchise around. But I feel like
Guaranteed.
The outcome of this game is going to change that narrative, whether it's Patrick Mahomes ends up winning this game and at that point, he's the perennial number one and stays that way. But if Joe Burrow comes out and beats him again, now you're getting into the conversation of, is Patrick Mahomes really the number one quarterback in this league, or is Joe Burrow making a great case for that?
God, I think it is that way.
I think kind of like a Brady Rodgers, how it kind of be a debate, how Brady had the mind and he was winning. I think that is more towards the play style of Burrow, and then Rodgers with all the arm talent and the off-schedule plays and stuff, that's more of the Mahomes. So I think that their Burrow-Mahomes is starting to become a now version of the Brady-Rodgers debate if Burrow can win.
Yeah.
Joel, I'm sorry for not picking you this week or last week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want to get your favorite player.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Got him right behind you, dude.
I forgot about that.
It's the curse. It's the curse.
I had to sit here on this podcast and ask why he wasn't picking his favorite player.
And it worked.
That's fake love.
It worked. Hey, I need to do it again.
Love.
The fucking
Hey,
curse
we're getting into quarterback rankings. Don't sleep on that guy in Philly, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you got to pick your battles here, buddy.
Anybody
got
you
anything
got to pick
else
your battles.
say?
Y'all want to single me out whenever it's just 1v2. That's what he means by that.
Hey,
What the hell is that?
We had to do. We had to.
That's bullshit.
We go in the
against the wall, bro.
Yeah, we go in the other chat. We have no choice. We have no chance. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I hope at least you realize that.
We can beat you down to the ground.
I'm gonna fucking stand there and take every shot you got.
Yeah.
Or,
no, I mean,
anything else to say about the Chiefs game?
I was going to just add a final thought. Me personally, if the Bengals win, I'm not putting Joe Burrow at the top yet. I'm not going to have him jump over Patrick Mahomes just yet. But if he goes out there, he has a great game. He puts on a great performance. And then he goes to the Super Bowl, does the same thing. I think the case it grows stronger. But for me personally, I don't think this is if he wins, he's number one. But like I said, he can close the gap, at least in my opinion.
I think if Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl this year, so that would mean Burrow and Mahomes have both won one and been to another. And then they both put up amazing stats in the regular season. If the stats are close enough, then I don't really care as long as they're close.
All right.
At that point,
So,
all right.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, at that point, if they both got a Super Bowl and been to a second one, and they both put up amazing stats, if Burrow can win it all this year, I would start to entertain a debate.
Score predictions.
All right. Yep. Bryce, do you have the Chiefs or do you have the Bengals? And by what score?
34-31 Chiefs. I'll be the oddball.
Chase, Bengals Chiefs. What's the score? Who's winning?
10-3 Bengals.
God. Fucking snooze fest.
God, I hope it's not like that. That will be terrible. So, all right, Kendall. Who's going to represent the AFC in Glendale, Arizona next month? And what is going to score?
I'm sticking with my pick from the beginning of the postseason. Bengals, 27-17, double-digit win. There's your bold prediction.
I think mine was pretty
All right.
bold.
Yeah, yours was pretty bold.
Yours is the most bold because it's the least likely to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, if 17 points is all that's scored in that game, I'm gonna cry. That's gonna be such a bad game. I'm gonna pick the Bengals. 13, sorry. I'm gonna take the Bengals. I'm gonna take my boy Joey B up there. I'm gonna say.
Why? No.
No, you picked against him this whole time. Why are you picking with him now?
Pick against him, Wyatt, just for the sake of doing it. Pick against him.
No, I'm picking the Bengals to win this game. The
my
curse is
God.
not going to affect
My
us.
God.
See Joe. See you in Cancun.
Yeah, I'll see Joe Burrow on the sideline next week.
I'm going to say
what did Eli Apple say on Twitter? He said Cancun on 3.
on 3.
I hate Wyatt.
I'm going to say 21-7. I'm going to say 21-20 Bengals.
What a fucking weird score.
Harrison Butker misses an extra point early in the game, and that's what ends up losing it.
God. Imagine if that does happen. Like, he just misses an extra point. We're like, oh, fuck.
Well, in the beginning of that Dallas game, transitioning over to the NFC, when Brett Maher missed that first extra point, I was like, watch this be the deciding factor.
He ruined the way they think about kickers now. Anytime your kicker misses an extra point, that's going to be the back of everybody's mind. I'm like, what if this guy misses 3 straight? Oh, man.
We got Brett Maher on our hands.
This could be bad.
Yeah. But let's